October the 15th, 2003, yeah, I remember that well. I knew that was the day I was going to go down the rabbit hole, just like Alice in Wonderland. That was the day I was diagnosed with Parkinson's, and that's a disease that slowly takes away the ability to move, balance, and strength. I didn't know it at the time, but it would slowly take away my ability to put makeup on and change my earrings. And all my pretty dresses that had buttons and zippers, well, they were out the window because I was going to be restricted with unattractive stretchy dresses, and nylons were no longer able to be put on because I didn't have the strength or the balance. So I was able to wear knee-highs, yucky, unattractive knee-highs, going with the yucky, unattractive, stretchy dress. Oh, down the hole I was going. And I remember the doctor saying that the only solution was medication. He was clear it wasn't going to cure anything, it was just going to mask everything, but the disease would be progressing just as normal. And I thought about that, and I thought, all I could see in my mind was me sitting in a garbage can, and the lid was slowly being closed over. I couldn't see the sky, I couldn't see the sun, I couldn't see the stars. It would just close, and I knew when I'd hear close tight, I knew nobody would find me anymore. And that didn't make me feel empowered in any way. And I thought, he's standing there with all the cards. I'll allow him 98%, but I was reclaiming 2% for me. I thought there must be other options. I needed more time, I needed to get more clarity. So I declined on the medication that day, I took my 2% and I left his office. Now over the next several months there were many changes that had to be made in my life to keep me safe, like safety bars and practical stuff, and then to maintain my dignity and my self-worth as I continued traveling down the rabbit hole. It was there that Dave was on the journey 100%, giving me unconditional love and unconditional support, and I'm so grateful for all that. So it would be 2 years before I would meet a spiritual teacher from India, and as soon as I saw him, I knew my life was going to be dramatically changed. I even went with a small group to India, and for the next 6 months, I learned more and more about this Kriya Yoga. For the next 8 years, I looked into taking medication, but it was never feeling right for me, and now I understand why. Because until I had the right mindset, I believe medication would have masked my journey and my Parkinson's. And now after 8 years, I have the right mindset to welcome the medicine to help me with the symptoms, but I know that it can no longer have the power to mask my journey. That I've mastered myself, along with Kriya Yoga and my spiritual teacher. It's just so big. To say all this in 3 minutes is just so big. My main message is that we are our own solutions, and we can take our 2% and other people can have the 98%. We can claim our everything with 2%. Would I change my journey? How could I? If everything leads to everything, it's critical. What would I change? I think it's so important that I'm here today sharing my message that I've been down the rabbit hole and I've been back again. And the only way it can be relevant for you is that it's your own journey. So what's going to invite you down the rabbit hole, and what are you going to do all the time you're down there that will allow you to come out and still have such gratitude for such a devastating, well, for me it's a devastating disease, because it's not like a cold, it's not like I've gotten over it. I'm still living with it and through it. So there's lots more changes to come. But now I'm in a place where I can ride the wave. I know I'm not always there appreciating it, but I have Kriya Yoga and a spiritual teacher that reminds me that it's all good, and not to label it, just to experience it, because it's taking me deeper and deeper to places that right now I don't understand, but I know I can trust it. So would I change anything? No, not at all. I've earned this journey, and I'm living, I'm speechless, because it's just such a privilege to be able to study with such a powerful, loving, gentle teacher like Guruji, and to have the support from my husband, like that's huge. So October the 15th in 2003, when I knew I was going down the rabbit hole like Alice in Wonderland did, I had no idea the tools that would come my way in the future.